Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Clap, everybody, clap. And we're not clapping? We're clapping? Are we all clapping? I appreciate each and every one of you for clapping. I am your host, Jeff May. And with me, as always, I have our resident six-scale expert and dirty, no good, double-crossing swindler himself, Guy Klender. Guy, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, Jeff. Can't wait to show you this.
Oh, I'm excited to look at it. And of course, we have our absolutely fantastic moderator, Cassidy, over there on the ones and twos. And she'll be taking your questions, comments, and concerns throughout all live channels. Cassidy, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I am super excited to be here.
Yeah, you are. I know. We talked all about it before the show. I'm really excited to have you on here. Now, for those of you, if you're just watching for the first time, Cassidy, wherever you're watching, Cassidy will be paying attention to all of the things that you have to say on social media, the nice things. And she will relay those questions to us if they are things that we are not asking or dealing with on our own. So you make this show so very important, both you, the viewer, and Cassidy as well. So thank you so much. I'm very excited for what we have today because we have a fantastic two-pack coming at us from Hot Toys. We have the Princess Leia and Wicket 6 scale from Hot Toys, where I'm so excited about that. Now, as you can see, I may be in my super secret underground lair, but my man Guy Klender, as in weeks previous, has been back in the studio and he is feeling awesome. However, know that everybody is practicing social distancing and being safe. We got super producer Sam behind the camera, more than 6 feet away, wearing a mask. No one else is in the studio with Guy. And as always, we are doing our best to ensure the good health of ourselves and others, and we implore you to do the same. Now, that being said, now that we got that out of the way and we got a nice, good, healthy Guy there with a couple of fantastic Hot Toys to show you, let's take a look at this figure.
She is gorgeous. What we're going to do is take a look here in the upper overhead camera here. We've got our traditional shoebox with our cigar band around. And we've got multiple shots, and these are of the figure itself. One of my favorites is actually on the side of the box, just because I love this pose here. Her looking down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Toward him. What I like about it is it actually gives you some ideas of what you could do as far as pose. Here we've got another great one. The two of them sitting next to one another. Mm-hmm. This is a pose I like the most. It's something that I will probably be doing.
Is this where he's eating a rice cake?
Exactly.
There it is.
Yep, exactly.
Which is not how you want to make friends, by the way. You want to meet a friend and be like, "Here's a rice cake."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Okay, so we've got our two trays here. So I'm going to pull them both out and we'll discuss. Our upper tray is going to have both of our figures, our additional accessories, and our specialty items. Secondary tray and the lower tray has our two bases, our 3 forest scenes, and the stands. All right? And so first we'll pull out these and go over those and then get right to the figure, but I do want to talk about what they've done with this. With the two bases, they are actually different. And so they have different graphic artwork on each one. I'm going to put it on the turntable and kind of lift those up. But you see that they have slightly different artwork.
Oh. Do they connect in any way?
Well, like you could obviously put them together like so, but this is why I wanted to talk about that, because I thought you might ask, is we have the two bases, but you have 3 of these little wood pieces. Now, we saw something similar with our Deluxe and Endor Luke. What we could do is you could get very full and kind of put all 3 on one, or because they are not, they don't lock into it and they kind of go over it, you could do them pretty much wherever you'd like.
Oh, that's cute.
to set them.
You pretend they're in the woods.
Exactly. And each comes with the standard stand that they are. But that's a new thing. We're going to go back and look at them.
I'm a fan of the fact that we went to the stand first on this one, because normally that's something we save for the end. But
Yes.
doing that, I think, was good because that's a really cool little feature.
You know what I thought was really neat that they did is actually bothering to do two separate graphics. You know, if it was just kind of that green grassy base, that would have been enough. But they went a little over and did it. On your top tray is also going to be her poncho. Okay, so I'm going to remove that as well. That's going to be on your top cover tray. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. It's gorgeous. This in person is absolutely spectacular. Really, really excited to see both of these. But let's take a look at what we have in the tray. First up, you're going to have her Endor helmet. You have her blaster. The little watch she wears is separate. We have 4 additional hands and 2 pegs. On our Wicket side, you've got his little drum sticks for the 2 helmets there, his spear, and his 4 additional hands. All right, so let's first take a look at Leia. We're going to remove her like so, and I'm going to set her up here.
That's her war room outfit, right?
Yes, yeah, this is the general kind of war room outfit.
This is her Home One war room outfit.
Exactly, exactly.
Where she's hearing stuff from Crick Maydeen and Mon Mothma. And Admiral Akbar. I could go all day.
You could go all day with them. So let's pull out some of these because the ability to change her look in this into the Endor is really neat. And I know for myself.
Guy, I'm going to ask a quick question
Yes.
because I'm wondering about the Leias because they look very good and they really nailed it. Is she a different, like, is the body different than the ones we've done previous? Because I know we've done Leia. This is our third Leia, I believe, or second Leia.
Second one.
We did
No,
before.
this is indeed the same body that we've seen used before with the figure. So if you have the
recent piece too.
if you have the Bespin version of her, or if you have the Hoth version, that will be the same body. It's great for the flexibility and pose on this one. Let's take a look. We're going to go straight up to the top and take a look at this sculpt. Okay. It's just such a great representation of Fisher in this.
Yeah, God, they nailed it.
You know, it has
that
that softness of the skin. It still has expression with the eyes. The hair has just from the gradient paint there, so it's not this hard, harsh line there. I like the little wisps that hang down by the ears.
I'd say
the lips with the slight gloss.
Hot Toys Luke and Leia are, I think, 2 of the most consistently amazing sculpt likenesses that they've done. I mean, they always knock them out of the park,
right?
But they pull emotion
Mm-hmm.
the way they look. They're just so good. That one just looks so good.
Got a little her heel on her boots is a little different than we've seen on the other guys. This being kind of the brown heel versus that slick black boot that we've seen before. But I want to go back up to the head sculpt, and we're going to talk a little bit about changing her look into the Endor and how that works. First up,
We do have one quick question about
Yes.
the head sculpt. I know the body sculpt is the same as the other figures, but is the head sculpt the same? Someone on Facebook wants to know.
and that's a great question, and that's what I wanted to discuss right now when we take a look at it, is the facial head sculpt of her is the same that we've seen. However, what changed a lot on the character was not only the wardrobe, but the constant hairstyle changes that she had. And what they've done with this one here to give us both of our options is having the magnetic removable hairpiece on the back. It's actually done more with like a peg.
Well, look at that, like a little,
All right.
like a.
So
Look at that. Look at
it's
those
like a
hairpiece.
snap together model kit. Boom. And there it is, like so. Okay. So it's her hair that is changed so often. So what they've done is this allows me to have that general look. When I want to do the helmet look, I remove that, and then I will be putting the helmet on over. We can do that right now. We're going to go to the overhead cam to take a look at how we're going to do that.
Let's go to the overhead.
Overhead cam. We're going to remove the head sculpt. I'm going to set that off to the side. While we're here, we're going to discuss this part of it. Okay, this is a traditional ball joint. However, the neck is actually a soft material. Okay, this is a vinyl. This is not a hard rubber, or this is not a hard plastic. This is a softer rubber. And so when I'm moving,
is that for less seams? In the
exactly.
in the,
Look at when I'm moving the neck there.
It looks like skin.
I have a much more natural. You know, if she's looking down at Wicket, if we're going to do some of those poses, it would be kind of a clunky big line right there. But doing it this way, you don't have
good
that.
for you.
Okay.
Good for you, Hot Toys.
So
Good
this
job.
is that softer material. The belt on the back by this pouch here has a little Velcro tab. We're going to remove that there. And then on the front, right on either side of the belt buckle, are other Velcro bits. Okay?
So we finally have a removable belt.
Exactly. We remove said belt. Okay?
That we always get that question, so now we can finally answer it before.
Is the outfit removable? That's the part that's removable. The rest is not. What we're doing here is in your instructions.
Here they come. Guy loves him some instructions, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the instructions. I think they're like I said, they're important. How often have I done one of these things and went, whoops, I should not have done that. And had I read the instructions, wouldn't have had that issue. Okay, so here is your poncho. Okay, it does have wire around all the edges, allowing me to.
Guy, does it have seams as you unpack it? Is it seamed?
Yes. Oh, yes. It has a stitch all the way around the outside here. Shoulders has a seam here. This headpiece is very different than what we saw with the Luke one. Okay, this is more this circle versus the kind of hoodie style that you saw with the Luke. This is a very different type poncho. Then you've got the stitches back here, and then of course on the head itself. All right. So yes, it is different. So wearing the poncho, what you're doing is you're going to be removing that belt. We went over that. And on the front here, you have two little slits. I'm going to slide the one side in here, and the other on the other side, like so. It's a beautiful figure. This is really neat to have. I love this as the 2-pack.
Yeah. Also the Jedi Luke that we did too.
And the Jedi Luke with it, like so.
So good too. So this will work really well if you already have that as well.
Yes. Now this little pouch that we had on the back, that can be removed. Okay. You can either work with it to do that, or if you want to try and wiggle it through the slit that's here in the front, you can. Just be careful. You don't want to rip the thing apart.
So you think hands more than any type of tool would be the best decision for this?
With this one here, I would do it by hand. With using tools, it's possible you could get a little more aggressive than you really meant to.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do
You
that.
know, I don't want people to rip or cut. So I'm going to gently do it by hand. And the reason I do that is the back where the little pouch attaches has two very thin little leather bits holding it on, and going over this abrasive bit of Velcro over and over. I'm not saying over and over. I think you're only going to probably change the look a couple of times, but I'd want you to be pretty darn cautious taking this thin leather over what is the spike side of the Velcro. So that would be a hold up on it for me. So then we're going to slide said poncho over. Whoop. Other side came in.
Are you going to do poncho or no poncho?
Oh, I'm poncho. Yeah. The poncho. What was so exciting to get this one here is the poncho for her to go with Luke in his poncho, the deluxe version of the two of them together like that.
Would you put Wicket with them, or would you put Wicket out on his own?
Wicket I might have out on his own, just because there weren't too many times with everybody all together. I mean, there's so many options now that you have them both. But because I have that wire in there, that's giving me a lot more poseability, okay, in how I do her outfit. All right, so now we've got that on, like so. Your next is how to put the head on. All right, let's take a look at the helmet. All right, this is not a reuse of the Luke helmet. This is a completely new version. All right, because it was different. You know, they had little different dings and dents and paint wear. Up on the top, it is soft. Okay, it's a soft material used on that. We take a look on the inside. So, see, there's actually a little bit of plastic up on the top to protect the head from when it's when you put it in there. And there is a little small tab right there, and you see the little hole for connecting the chin strap.
Like a real helmet.
Like a real helmet. So what I'm going to do is...
I feel like that could have been an easy get to. Is just be like, it's like a real helmet. There's a real strap that works.
Exactly. But I liked the dance. We're going to set it in and gently go in there.
Now, as Guy is doing that, for those of you that are just joining us, we are looking at the Princess Leia and Wicket 6-scale figure set from Hot Toys. And today is a very special day as Guy is working through that. And you can see it through there. Make sure you stick around on whatever you're watching us on. We have a massive announcement. You may have seen Sideshow going a little crazy on social media. Sharon, we've got some big news coming to you at 11 o'clock Pacific today, and that is literally right after this show. So Guy and I, we're going to wrap with Cassidy at about 10:55, give you a little snack break if you need to go, take care of whatever you do, and then we need you to come right back to Sideshows wherever they're streaming, wherever you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, in the group, in the Facebook group, or on Instagram or whatever. You're going to definitely want to speed back here because we have some really cool stuff to talk about. Guy, you got her helmeted up?
Boom, there she is. Take a look.
Well, hello there, beautiful.
Again, having that wire in there all around. There's also wire in and around here on the back, on the neck whole section as well. This just gives us a lot more ability to pose.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it posable. Like the wired capes are really good if you're looking for anything dynamic.
Yeah, anytime you want to do those are great. On the side, let's take a look here. You've got her
holster.
If you're going to do that, gently go in anytime. Remember that those are going to be a little bit snug, so gently work them down in there. This one here, and the reason I wanted to do it on camera to show that to you is, yes, it is correct. The little tip of the gun barrel does exceed through the bottom of that. That is correct. You have not damaged the figure. That is the correct way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Now you knew that.
Did you use a tool to open that up, or?
Yes, I loosened it a little bit earlier with the flathead screwdriver that you've seen me use, those smaller ones. But again, you can do it slowly and go by hand. That would be fine as well.
I just wanted to add, because I know some people, if you might be new to this, Guy is a big proponent of making sure that you do not damage the figure. Because these are such a fun and loving investment.
Yes.
That, to be safe and courteous to your hot toys is a very important thing.
Yes. Now that we have her out like so, I'm going to place the different hands out here for us to see as well. We're going to have 2 additional right hands. Kind of a mild grip and more of a loose grip.
Yeah, this is interesting. I want to add here that I think this is an interesting choice because I don't feel like Hot Toys had to do this.
No.
I think they could have gotten away with only doing 1 extra set of hands, but then they went a little above and beyond, which I appreciate. I like that they did the loose grip as well as the firm grip.
Oh, definitely. And then on our right side, we do have the one that's kind of more of the blaster trigger hold. All right, so that is our Leia, and we're going to set her aside, and we are going to introduce you to her friend. This is great.
This is an update that people have been waiting for.
Yes, we have been waiting for him for quite some time. And
W. Warwick.
Yep, and here we go.
Oopda.
Bringing up Ewok right now, we have a quick question earlier from JJ Joe on YouTube.
Yes.
He wanted to know from both of you, upon meeting an Ewok, what food would you give them?
Oh, well, I'd go with a traditional rice cake. I think it's one of the best introduction foods you can do.
That is such a 1983 answer. Really. It's like the space age fad food of the future. I'm going to be 100% honest. I would probably roll up with what I know about Ewok diets. A little piece of beef jerky ain't going to be the worst thing to do.
There you go.
Wicket. A nice peppered turkey jerky, perhaps.
Ooh,
or a
peppered
jerky, sweet and hot. Maybe let them know how the other side lives.
Yeah.
But I would do I'm surprised they didn't have any form of protein jerky in there. They might have. We just a vegetarian. We don't know.
So let's take a look at Wicket. He is great. Take a look at that close up. I mean, to get a furred figure in this scale at all is always a big challenge and a huge thing. But this one even smaller, and it does have that cute teddy bear look. But the lengths they've gone to in order to break up that monotony or that monochromatic. If it was just a standard brown, it would have more of a teddy bear look. But they've actually gone through, and it has gradient shades on the fur. Look at the white by the stomach there. That could have been a straight kind of hard line between the white and the brown, but it's not. It is. It goes over. You look at the aging of the leather in his
hood.
His hood. I love that. It has that suede look, that suede-ish leather look, but that dirtied and beaten. The hand sewn on the top there, giving it just a whole different kind of fun Look.
It's funny too that when you think about sort of the acting that came through with a very young Warwick Davis,
Yes.
make the character
11.
stand out, and this really translates. You know, we had a lot of, I think we've seen so many of like the old Kenner 3 3/4 inch and the tiny little Ewoks, and to see it in a sort of 6 scale in such a high end version of it, it really is quite refreshing. I would like to. I mean, we went with Leia. I think we did a pretty good job. It was mostly outfit, but I would really like to look at posability and mobility in the Wicket.
And I wanted to talk about those both, but look at that. Let's just take a look at that. I know there had been some concern that, the face and the this and the, like all of the lighter fur color was just going to be one standard color, but it's not. Look at the amount of work that's gone in, and those are cute toes.
Look at them little beans.
But just, I mean, right around the face there, you're seeing the wash of color to give it that. Those eyes. Boom.
Is he hollow or is he?
Oh no, he's a padded little.
He's a little.
He's a little squisher. Little squishy dude. But there is an articulated body underneath, and not just a little 5-point thing. We would have been fine if you can put the legs straight out, the arms straight out, and turn the head. But no, this is like another character, like another figure, where we're getting the double bend on.
So
the
what
arm.
I have been told is that there are 23 points of articulation on Wicket.
Yep. I mean, look at that. I'm able to, and this is under fur. I'm able to turn the arm. I'm able to double bend it.
Are you making him do the Macarena?
Darn it, you said it. Hey, Macarena, yes. He is doing the Macarena. But let's take another reason I wanted you to see the sculpt in the hands and how those are done. The sculpt and paint in those. But yeah, you're talking an articulated shoulder, articulated wrist, articulated elbow.
A good way to put this is Wicket has 23 points of articulation. I believe the average Hot Toys circles somewhere around 28. If I 28, so you're really looking at for a piece that is about half the size. To have the articulation be almost exactly comparable is unexpected, to say the least.
I mean, do you get that ball jointed head to do all of that?
That's actually one of the things that I really wanted to say, because one of the things that Warwick Davis did, and I'm sure we've all seen the documentaries and the interviews and stuff, is that when he was a kid, he noticed that his dog used to tilt their head. The dog used to tilt its head to the side whenever it was questioning or inquisitive. And I was wondering if you could do that, because that is sort of the classic Wicket pose, is sort of him sort of rolling his head.
Jeff, we're going to work through a bit of technical, as currently I'm unable to hear you, but
fun.
We're going to work a little bit more here on the sculpt of Warwick. If we look at the ears here, these are not a soft little bit. These are actually a sculpted. I don't know if okay, thank you, super producer Sam behind the camera there. This is going to be a hard sculpted, and then the soft fur over top.
We had a question in the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group from Rich. Are they wired at all? I'm guessing not.
I'm guessing the question, the wired, is he referring to the ears, or is he referring to the hood?
The ears, sorry.
Are they posable ears? No, these are a sculpted kind of straight on. They're not a wiggled ear or wired in any sense. They are a hard sculpted ear, and then the fur over it.
Gotcha, thank you.
All right. Now, let's take a look a little bit more at what we talked about, and Jeff was bringing up. The fact is, the figure is just as articulated as almost every other Hot Toys figure. So I've got those waist bends. I've got the turn in there. I've even got double jointed knees. That is just a really wild aspect to get that on something so small. But now that we have him like that, I think it's best that we show off
the tread watch.
Our tread watch.
Hey, Guy, you hearing me yet?
Yes, now I can hear you, Jeff, and it's great to have you back.
There we go. My whole dissertation about how Wicket turned his head to the side to be inquisitive, totally lost, and that's totally okay.
No, I knew that had to be where you were going because you referred to it as the documentaries, and I know you and I both love watching those.
Yeah.
Since we've got our wonderful tread watch 1 and 2, right and left.
Look at those little babies.
Now you've got 4.
Look at that.
Double feet. It's a double feature, as Sam just said. Which
wow.
is yeah.
Somebody fire Sam.
and Sam has now been forced out of the studio.
Out of the studio from a safe distance.
From a safe distance, he's being escorted out by no one but himself. Leia's boots have that slick leather to them, but that wonderful stitching that I think is so great, and the bit of texture on the heel. They look like actual shoes.
You know what's interesting about this is I know that they tend to do the exact sort of movie prop replica.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting to see if Hot Toys was able to take sort of that license out of what the tread should look like.
Yeah.
If you're hanging out in the woods, that you wouldn't
yeah.
be wearing spats.
Maybe these slick shoes are poor choice.
Maybe I shouldn't have these tap shoes.
I should have packed better.
Their conversions are so good.
Look at that little cutie. He is ridiculously cute. Absolutely cute. Now, let's take a little bit of a look at accessories for him. I'm going to put those out on the turntable with him. He has these 2 little drumsticks, and he has his spear as well. All right.
You know, it's funny. The last Wicket and Leia 2-pack I remember had it was Wicket with the spear, and then she was in her ceremonial garb.
Oh yes, the little tiny ones. Oh, I still have those ones. So let's take a look. There's another outfit I'd love to see. The end ceremonial for her. I think that would almost give us every outfit. When we take a look at the spear, it's got that natural green twine, forest that they would have had on there, and they've done a great wash that you're getting that color in between. So it has a very, very realistic look for stone, wood, and the wrap. All right. Now, he does come with additional hands as well. And because of the fur, they might be a little harder to show off. But we are going to do our best. I'm going to maybe... There we go. Slightly more open hands that you have here. And this, of course, is for holding your drumsticks and or spears. I'm just going to slide one down.
Oh, I
like
just
so.
realized with the drums, it just hit me. The drumstick.
Yep. Wait till you see that. That's a bit that comes with the exclusive.
That is dark.
Yeah. So we've got these 3, but here's one you're gonna like, Jeff. Hand number 4 in his left hand with rice cake.
He's got a rice cake.
With rice cake. I love that they've done it with the sculpt in it. So it actually is kind of grasping it.
I would lose
versus
that
giving
rice
me that
cake.
little bit and having to kind of push it in there and hoping I didn't lose it, or is it staying in there correctly? Having it already done for you.
I would personally lose that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's a very, very tiny thing to have, and so to already have it sculpted in there is pretty darn neat. It's pretty darn neat. I love his poseability. I like the fact that I'm going to be able to. Let's see here if I can. He can sit on the edge there. Now, what I will probably do, when you were asking about how I'm posing him and would I pose him on his own, I might just swing by a pet store and get one of the aquarium logs, And,
is that what you're going to do?
And probably put him on there so I kind of have a forest scene that I could sit the 2 of them next to it. If I do Luke and Leia on their own, he still looks neat kind of standing up on it with the spear like he was.
And I will say,
if I find the right one.
We specifically at Sideshow can't condone that, but I'm sure whatever you choose to do,
Well, that would be just a display option.
You are welcome to do that.
Look at that little dude. Again, there's a great shot from the side where you can see how they've aged that.
Tum.
How they
just want to scratch it.
Now, here's the last two pieces that come with him. And this is that drumstick part you talked about. He has two helmets in order to have a little musical.
He has a Deathstar trooper helmet and he has a Stormtrooper helmet.
Correct.
And this is where it gets dark.
These are nicely worn. They've done a nice wear and dirt aspect on this.
I have a question for you, Guy.
Yes.
Do you think the Ewoks ate the Stormtroopers?
We talked about the beef jerky thing. I do indeed think that might be how
because they were gonna eat the rebels.
Yeah, exactly.
We know that.
We know they were going to eat the rebels, so it's I'd throw that out there as a probability. High probability.
Darkness to the Ewoks that people seem to forget because they're cute. When everyone's like, they're little teddy bears. It's like they were gonna eat people. I don't think
teddy bears that eat people, which is just a darn shame. So well, yeah, exactly.
I think it adds a dark layer to what everybody think is an overly adorable problem in Return of the Jedi.
There you go. It's too cutesy.
Like,
really?
Yeah, the biggest complaint is like that Return of the Jedi is too cutesy, and it's like those things eat people. So that's darker than anything we've ever seen.
Yeah,
it's like the darkness in making adorable tiny little teddy bears that are 100% going to cook and eat.
And eat you. Let's take a look at the Stormtrooper helmet. I really like this one. Heavily weathered. Heavily weathered. But here's what I think is really neat. And again, goes to show you the extra step they go. And that is the entire inside has been done.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
We actually did have a quick question from Tommy McDonough on Instagram.
Hi, Tommy.
Wanted to know, can the Stormtrooper helmet be placed on Leia's head?
I am not going to attempt that. I don't believe it would. If I would be doing something like that, you would be kind of turning and tweaking the thing sideways. My honest opinion is you would wind up damaging your Leia figure. Now, if you wanted to kind of pose her with her hands above her head as though she was lowering it down onto her head, you could do that if you liked that idea. But
what alternate fan fiction are we currently trying to create?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But what I thought was so amazing with this one here is the fact that entire inner part has been done.
Yeah.
Where this could, I mean, from the lenses down there and all to the breathing and voice change, and this could have easily just been a solid piece. With the paint job on it, but it's not. They went a little bit further than they had to. Cass, are there any other questions, particularly about Wicket?
We do have a few more questions. A lot of them are more about Leia.
Okay, we're gonna go back to that then.
Yeah. Jesus or Jesus on YouTube asked, will Wicket shed if I let it on the couch? That question.
We don't put him on the couch. Get a spray bottle and he gets on there.
I mean that's allowing the pets on the furniture, and if that's something you do, that's a risk you're going to be taking. But he is a neat one. Okay, so let's go back to our Leia figure. Before we have Wicket wait off to the side, let's put them next to one another. So let's see a difference in size.
Now, I will do this because it's about time for my touchstone here, that for those of you that are just joining us, we are clearly watching Guy taking a look at the Princess Leia and Wicket 6 scale figure set from Hot Toys. which is important. And remember that we have a very, very, very important after party that starts 20 minutes from now if you are watching live. So when we're done this show at 11 o'clock, Paul and my man Joshy G are going to be meeting, and they're going to be dropping a super huge announcement. Make sure not to miss that. Cassidy will be dropping a link in the comments to lead you there. She's going to do that like now, like right now. Is it now? Is it right now? It's now. Okay, it's right now. And of course, if you are enjoying this show and you want to see Guy play with so many more toys, and you want to talk to Guy as he's playing with so many more toys, but also Sideshow produces a lot of amazing stuff, and especially in the past few months, the amount of amazing and fun and informative content has been unbelievably great. Make sure you hit that notifications bell on your YouTube link if you're watching it there, and hit subscribe so you don't miss out. We have loads of live streams and giveaways going on every week, which is important. Follow us at Collect Sideshow on Twitter or at Sideshow Collectibles on Instagram so you can make sure that you stay updated on all of this information, because boy, is there going to be a lot coming your way, and you can't miss anything. You really can't. I can't say anymore. All I can say is maybe hit notifications on social media as well as YouTube, because yeah, it's just a must. It's just a must.
Must. So let's go back to Leia here. Cass, you said that there were some questions, so maybe you throw those out to me, and I will get to them in order.
So Ian Hartman wanted to know, if you don't want to use the helmet in the Force Moon of Endor outfit, can you hide the connector for the hairpiece?
Oh, yes. You know what? I'm gonna do that for you now. I'm gonna remove the helmet. Okay, I'm gonna set that off to the side right here. I could have her hold that, but there. Again, that's another one of the looks that you can do with her.
A great look too, especially if you want to have her as she's taking the helmet off, explaining to Wicket that it's not a weapon.
Yes, exactly. So that's another option you can do. So that's her without said helmet on. All right. Next question, Cass. Nope, I may have lost.
Sorry, my audio was off. So C Morpheus 02 on YouTube wanted to know, is there a depression in the back of the head?
Okay, let's show that again. I'm going to have Sam pan up here. So this is our head sculpt here. I'm going to show you it to the side. And what you're going to do is right where the braid is, I'm going to hold here and remove. Okay? Just like so. In the back, you're going to see that little notch. Okay? There is the headpiece that has the same notch. So it can only go in one way.
Is it magnetic as well, or?
I think there is a small magnet, and it is a nice snug fit. I'm not worried that it's going to fall. It's not going to fall off or anything like that. Okay? Excellent. Cass, any more on her before we go kind of head to toe with our articulation? Just look at that portrait. Wow.
2 quick more questions.
Yes.
So Jasmine on the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group wants to know how you feel about those exposed wrist joints.
How do I feel about them? I'm okay with them. That's something to still remember, is that this is a figure. This is not a statue, and so there are going to be things like that are going to happen. But I'm okay with it. In fact, that's still, to me, that's actually that's a neat point to it, is to go, yeah, look, that's a figure. I can turn her hand. I can make it do this, that, or the other. I'm that final artist in it. So I do not have a problem with the exposed joints on the wrist. Those I get with just about any figure. Speaking of that, we're going to take a look at the arm ones as well. Are there any other questions about the poncho cast? If there aren't, I'm going to actually remove that and.
Actually, there have not been any questions.
Okay, great.
The poncho.
Excellent.
Yeah. Jasmine just wanted to know, for the both of you, what are your favorite Star Wars hot toys?
Ooh, let's see. There's a few of them. There's a few that I don't have that I want, including that speeder bike and speeder scout trooper with the child.
Yes.
That is
the
one
upcoming.
I am clamoring for that piece because I like the speeder bike. I like Endor. I like all the stuff that happens on Endor, so I like that vibe. But I also like that it's the one with the child. That scene was absolutely fantastic. I have the IG-11 coming up, which is another one that I'm, waiting on. So that's interesting.
I think for myself, one that I absolutely love, and now is a neat opportunity to, if you did miss out, is the 40th anniversary edition of the Vader of Empire Vader, and they've done that with some really neat retro style.
Oh, that
packaging.
one's good.
So I think he's one of my absolute favorites, and I love my first Han Solo, and then let's see, my Force Awakens Han Solo. I like that I have. He came with his winter coat. But you take that off, and there's also the leather coat. So I liked that. Anytime I can have the opportunity to do multiple scenes or multiple, looks in a single figure is great.
It's not Hot Toys, but I am obsessed with the Obi-Wan mythos as well.
Yeah. In the Star Wars line, the mythos versions are spectacular. For those who may have just tuned in and missed out when I did this before with the belt, you're going to have two Velcro bits. They are on the front of the pant and the other, so I just kind of take that buckle, make sure that's in the center, like so. Spin it around back. Move that pouch out of the way. Reattach Velcro, move that back into position. All right.
Look at that.
So boom, there we are back with our general look.
That could mean two things.
That could mean multiple things. So let's take a look. Again, we're going to go up top and let's talk about posability. And Cass, please chime in with any questions as we go. So we've got our standard ball joint here. But again, what I thought was great, and we're going to do this now, is this area here and the neck being that softer. So when I go down forward like this for her to look at Wicket, I'm not getting some big chunky line there. That neck has that soft motion.
Which looks like she's dancing to a Talking Heads song just then.
I wanted to do that just then. Yes. So yeah, but
I heard super producer Sam laugh at that. So
exactly. But yeah, see, I get that posability on that as well. Down to our shoulder joints, they will move forward and backward on the shoulder. You're up on that is because of the cloth there, you're not incredibly restricted, so you can go pretty high up there. These are a double jointed on the elbow, so she too can Macarena. Now, yes, you do have that joint there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw that one. Yeah.
Oh, he's dabbing. Oh,
but,
never mind.
But that's not, it's one I'm not concerned about it. This is the same as kind of the wrist ones.
Hey, Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
What?
My alarm just went off.
Okay.
We
All
have
right.
about 5 minutes, so just do me a favor. Does the chest bend?
You've got your chest bend here.
Yeah.
You've got to go. Woo, we're trying to do everything at once here.
I know. Don't stress out.
Nope, that's all right. With our leg, you get good mobility there. So incredible gymnastics that she can do if you need. You have the double jointed.
The place kicking joints.
The place kick joint there. These are a solid leather boot. So they do still have that ball joint. Okay, when you do that again, always hold it down real close to the joint doing it. That's not to put added stress on it. You've got quite a bit of flexibility forward and backward on the leg as well.
Hell yeah.
All righty. So, oh boy, we've got some big announcements and a big, well, it feels like a party.
Yeah. It's an after party. That's right. So Cassidy, I'm going to real quick. Are there any last quick questions that we can answer for the people back home?
I believe we covered everything.
Woohoo!
It looks like we're good.
I like that. I feel lucky that we got a Leia, that because we did do a recent Leia, so that did sort of make it easier
Yes.
for us. That being said, all right, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a little bit earlier than we end, but you yourselves have been an absolutely amazing audience. As always, if you're interested in any of our giveaways, come and join us in the Let Your Geek Sideshow Facebook group if you haven't already. If you don't know, this is super awesome and very welcoming group with tons of Sideshow exclusive news and giveaways, such as our hashtag Stay Inside Show, the scariest challenge ever. Was that a good one? Okay.
Well, now that I'm scared.
What you do is you're going to give us your reaction to someone going and destroying your collection. And you have a chance to win a John Wick 6 scale from Hot Toys, because if your collection gets destroyed, you're going to go John Wick. Now, the contest will end tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific, so enter soon before it's over. Cassidy is dropping a link to that in the chats as we speak. And, of course, most importantly, don't forget about the after party that we're having today, where my pal Joshy G is going to get some answers out of Paul. Finally, huge news being dropped in 7 minutes, so make sure you don't miss it. Cassidy's going to give you a link to that live stream. Why not? To that live stream that's going to start at 11 a.m. Pacific in those chats right now. Now, tomorrow is also going to be a very big day, because after that, after we have our big reveal at 11, tomorrow, and we're going to see you back here at 10 a.m. Pacific for the season 1 finale of Get Super with Joshy G, where your very special guest is going to be none other than yours truly. That's right. If you want to see Joshy G torture me for an extended period of time, make sure you tune in for that very special episode. I'm very excited and very scared for what he is going to do for me. That being said, Guy Klender, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Cassidy on the ones and twos, thank you.
You are welcome.
And to all of my cast and crew that you all do not see, thank you all so much. And of course, most importantly, thank you all for watching. We are nothing without you. Please, please, please don't forget to stay safe and let your geek side show.